I am the lips that flap in the night. Welcome back, friends. On today's episode, we're taking a look at the Diamond Select Toys Disney's Darkwing Duck box set. Comes in this clucking huge box. In fact, you get these little promotional shots on the back here. You can see they're prototypes. They don't have the articulation cuts, but there are like paint flaws and stuff on these as well. So it's like, we got some nice credits up here, designed by David Forrest, Kinetic Underground, sculpted by Varner Studios. And so far, that sculpting work looks fantastic as we turn this around and you can see all of this extra unnecessary plastic just in the name of sort of displaying this. How they do. You can see they're going to have a bunch of optional parts and pieces here. More logoizing here. And you get a little bit of artwork on the side. And on the other side.
You're rushing, honey. You're going to choke.
Let's get into it.
So this is, of course, Drake Mallard, Darkwing Duck. Main character from the early 90s animated series, a superhero spin-off of DuckTales. Itself a take on Donald Duck, so it's like triple Inception here. Let's take a closer look. This is my boy, DW. I was a huge fan of this cartoon. It really was my favorite thing. And they've represented this really well. This look is bold, it's beautiful, super clean. Diamond Select, that's usually where they shine. They can get these looks right, you know. You maybe won't have the nicest articulation, swappable stuff, maybe a little brittle. I'm getting ahead of myself. Looks really good though, doesn't it? It's got this cool billowing cape. He's got the hat. Simple purple cast, a little black line there. Relief for the head. Be careful, you don't want to break these suckers off. Look at that though, these eyes. The paint is decent until you get real close, you know, mass market nonsense. But I think they've done a really nice job here. Not a bunch of slop or anything. That big, impressive build. That was such a struggle for me to draw as a child. Little brow wrinkle. Maybe a little paint rub, too, from the purple here. I don't know. It's this nice matte finish on the thing. But I don't know how well, like, sealed it is. Because look at this. The tail is paint rubbing on the inside of the cape. Things of that nature. The cape is rubbing off on the tail. But he does have this sweet little tail, little duck feet here. Looks like these are just white. You can see there, and they've painted them orange. The feet look really good. These lines are nice. He's wearing that blue turtleneck underneath here. This thing kind of slots into these notches. So you bump that thing and it falls out of place. But it looks really good. Got that little aqua turtleneck under there, sticking out at the sleeves a little. Fists here. 3 fingers of fury. They look pretty good. You can see the seam lines when you get up close there. These buttons are painted gold here on the front of his big old jacket. You know, he's missing the buttons on the sleeves, so there's that. And they've sculpted these in a way that lets them come down flat to the body, which is great. But if you get them out to the side, it looks a little funny there. Really, the look of this thing is very impressive. Here we go. Here's his multiversal counterpart here, Negaduck. It's going to be the very same thing, just in a different color. Also missing those buttons out here, of course. But the head sculpts are completely unique. Look at that sucker. Look at these.
Big old juicy duck lips smacking razor sharp people teeth.
Checking out the articulation, we got old Demented Dave here. So these are pretty simple. I think they're advertised as like 12 points, and that's going to include the head that is rammed down onto this ball. I know, I'm pulling this thing off. Oh, these diamonds make me so nervous. They make me so nervous. It's working. It's got this little prickly ball here that really doesn't have any extra movement in there. This is pretty soft. The neck piece here, a lot of paint transfer we're getting, and then this dang cape. It's got this little, these little knobs in here. If we can get in here and show that off, yeah. And then they slot into the little hollows, little recesses on the jacket, so it's not as clean looking with that off because of that. But for the rest of this, we'll just go ahead and rock him capeless. Just gently force that back down. That does swap pretty well. I'm okay with that. Shoulders are pegged into the torso here. You can see this nice hinge it's got going on. Doesn't quite get up to a 90, but it rotates all the way around there. This sucker, single jointed, comes in a little bit, hinges all the way around. The hinges on the wrists though, these are they're like funny angles. It's like not quite front or back. They're at like diagonals. It's weird. But that works, I mean, ish, for whatever you want to do with that. There doesn't seem to be any kind of waist or anything like that. Torso articulation. The legs on these nice ball pegs you can see, and they'll come out to the side a little, but this is a very hard material, so it's not going to have any give for that. So because of that too, they'll kick forward just a little bit, back, nothing at all, nothing at all, nothing at all. And then nothing again until you get down to these ankles, and you can see it's got this little peg thing going into the foot, kind of small. I would be careful with that. It's going to come forward a little, back like way like that. And it's got just the slightest like notion of some rocker, you know. Notion of some rocker. Pretty limited, but definitely does the job here. All right. For accessories, he comes with heads. Look at that. Extra expression here. We've already seen they swap pretty well. I was nervous about that before. This looks great. He comes with hands. Yeah. Couple of fists. 3 different styles. They come in pairs. He's got the raised pinky grip and finger here, and then he's got the trigger finger grip that I've put one on here for his gas gun, the sick, infamous suck gas evildoers. And this is really nice, simple, but it's got these nice paint hits on the thing, and it's got this recess in the middle here for effects. You can put this sweet gas sculpt on here. It's going to cause his arm to droop here. This is a solid effect piece. It's a translucent deal with some paint on it. Looks really nice. But you know what you're going to need for that? You're going to need this handy dandy little stand to help hold these. In some cases, maybe to help hold the end of that cape, you know. Speaking of capes, he comes with the neutral sucker. Same sculpt as the Negaduck stuff. Nice to have. See you later. Also, for the gun. We get a couple other parts here. We get a grapnel launcher, retracted, and mid-fire. And these are nice, simple, cartoonish designs here, but they do the trick. You get some extra paint, some sculpt. Be careful, that's a little brittle. But it's not going to fall out of there. All right, now get! Neganut here also comes with a few things, including a pair of additional heads. Not wildly, you know, this is more of a neutral one here. Maybe he's trying to take the place of old Drake Mallard. And then he's got this one here with the pursed bill. You can see a little bit of tongue in there, thick duck tongue. I like the sculpts on these. You can see he's got these thick, dark eyebrows. Same great level of sculpt, same amount of paint rub you're going to get if you swap those around with his dark red turtleneck. Speaking to that, I feel like the colors here aren't as bright as I would like them. I feel like it was bolder. Maybe I'm tripping. He, of course, is going to come with the same complement of hands. They are all the same sculpt, and they do pop in and out of there pretty easily. Got the same couple of capes, including this billowing one, Paint Rub City, watch out. That's some some ugliness there. But otherwise, these are sweet. These capes are sweet. Comes with that same little stand for support. And then he comes with this whole host of like Looney Tunes style weapons here, including some type of launcher that he can't quite properly hold, but it's there. You know, you get the idea. He also comes with a machete. Got an extra color of paint there. Just this thick, simple, cartoony deal. And he can hold these things. He can hold this one pretty well. You just kind of pop that in, twist her into place, something like that. Looking good, bud. He also comes with the chainsaw, color matched even. And he can effectively sort of grab that. He can grab it here. He can sort of put a hand here. It looks like he's holding it with 2 hands. It looks great. He also comes with this huge bomb. Look at that. Little wick here that's got some play, but this will break. So be careful with that. Nice, hollow, simple design. Looks clean. Accessories, yay! The Diamond Select Darkwing Duck, and Negaduck action figures stand a hair over 5 inches. Sometimes they wear hats. For comparison, here they are next to a couple of cartoon contemporaries that need no further introduction. A couple of other Saturday morning champions, that's Leonardo and Bebop. Wait. Gotta be Ace Duck, right? A couple of Super 7 figures in the same scale, that's Will Riker and Slash. It's all greasy. Also from Diamond Select, we have Adam Eve and Robot. I can't get your freaking arm to go back down. What is this? Between two Hulks. And wrapping it up with the solid 7-inch Batman and Spawn.
Alright, summing it up here at the end, I think these look way decent. Not perfect. They're missing some small details, buttons on sleeves. Okay, these colors are just way too dull. What is that? What is that? The facial likenesses look great. The articulation is super limited, but that's kind of what these are. They do make, Beast Kingdom did make some, and God, those are like $80 a piece, and they look terrible, frankly. Funko did a few of these a few years back, and they're limited in some ways. Honestly, this is probably about as good as it gets if you want some Darkwing Duck action figures represented on your shelf. These are a Diamond Select thing, so they're going to be like a 7-inch scale, whatever height anthropomorphic duck people are supposed to be. I do, of course, love all the accessories and optional pieces that they come with. $50 for this whole set, that's okay, I suppose, for the 2 figures and all the stuff they come with. Let me remind you, Hasbro wanted $25 for just this, for their Howard the Duck. Smaller scale, it hits a couple of things better than these, I guess. He still struggles. He struggles to stand, though, because these feet are just, like, pegged in. But they did do this head a lot better. The ball is on the head itself, and that's what I like to see in this type of setup. That's a lot nicer than having it come down over a fragile little ball peg like those ones have. But for $25, this guy came with almost nothing, too. Oh, wait, no, he came with Scott Lang's head in a jar. So that's a fun accessory. But really, I mean, so this is kind of par for the course. If Hasbro wants $25 for this, Diamond is asking $50 for a 2-pack of these big juicy hogs. I don't think that's terrible. I'd recommend it as a fan. You know, sometimes their stuff comes down, but Diamond's prices never necessarily go up and up because they do tend to reissue after a period. So I don't think there's any fear of missing out on these for the original retail price. Anyway, a little sloppy, a little fragile, a lot of nostalgia. If you guys are looking for more punched up breakdowns of the latest action figures, you have come to the right place. This is Toy Lips. Feel free to check out one of these other videos. Like, share, subscribe, suck gas, and eat